All right, now that we opened the can of worms, let's go ahead and talk about part one of Watch Who the F You Date. So his name is Aaron. Aaron is my ex. We dated for a few months and it didn't last very long. And let me tell you why. He is like insane. It's like he has that little person talking to him in the corner of his shoulder at all times. Like he's making up constant stories in his head about like that I'm cheating on him, that he's got to watch his back, that I have guys in my apartment at all times, and that I'm cheating while I'm at work. When I work in a clinic full of women, by the way. So let's take it back to the beginning. So again, we met. I lived in Arizona. He lived in New Mexico, and he said, "Oh, I have a friend that lives in Arizona. I was actually just there." I was like, "Oh, dang. Well, whenever you're down here again, let's grab dinner or whatever." He's like, "All right." He ended up coming, and his plan was to end up moving to Arizona anyway with his friend, right? He ended up at my house so much anyway that I was just kind of like, I mean, you kind of already live here. His clothes was there, everything. So I was like, fuck it, just, you know, that was my mistake. So my mom ends up making dinners for us all the time. We're Mexican. We make huge dinners. And the first time he went, he met the family and everything was cool. But when we left, my mom called me and she said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "What do you mean, am I okay?" She said, "Well, I see something in his eye, like he wants to hurt you or like he wants to control you. I don't know how to tell you because I don't want you to think that I'm crazy, but I'm just telling you to be careful and really think about if this is the guy that you really want to be with." And I was like, "Well, I mean, it kind of is already in motion, it's already happening." So then my mom invites us over for dinner again. I think it was the next day, and we play loteria. And I guess he was just like, "No, I don't want to go." Like he started little by little, kind of not wanting to be around my family. And I don't know if he noticed that my family didn't really like approve of him or whatever. I'm not too sure. But anyways, that was a red flag number one. It's kind of like he was already trying to distance me from my own family. Like the only protection that I have had is from my family, and he was trying to move me away. So when I first started talking to him, I was talking to other people, as in I had a lot of guy friends. And I don't hang out with too many girls because sometimes it can get overwhelming and a lot of drama can start. So they would still text my phone, and of course I talked to somebody else before I met him too. It kind of just ended up going in the direction with Aaron. And so they would text my phone and he would check my phone every few hours. Every time a vibration would go off, every time I'd get a notification, he's looking at me like he wants to like literally do something to me. I don't know what was going on. It's just that look in his eyes, and you guys know because you have seen that look in the Pop the Balloon game, like this video that went viral. So he starts checking my phone every few hours. He starts to track my location. I gave him my location on my phone because I was like, I have nothing to hide, right? And I'm always either at work with him at home or with my family. So go ahead and go to part two. All right, welcome back to part two of Watch Who You Date. We're talking about Aaron, the guy that went viral on Pop the Balloon game. So anyways, he starts to distance me from my family. He starts to track me. I give him my location because I had nothing to hide. Every time I would walk by the window, my location would show that I was outside. So he'd call me like, "What are you doing outside? Who are you messing with at work? Why aren't you working?" Like that controlling, right? Then he starts doing pop-ups at my job, and it got so bad because he would show up in his work truck while he's supposed to be at work at my job that my supervisor had to keep watching me. We had to basically like everybody had to walk me to my car after work to make sure that I made it. And the girls would text me, "Hey, did you make it?" Again, it's a clinic full of girls. So that was a red flag number two. And then one time I walked outside to the cafeteria and he calls me and he's like, "How did I know you were outside?" So that in my head was like, circles are already turning. I go to my car to see if he put a tracker because he is capable of doing some shit like that. And I couldn't find anything. And then he pops up at my job like, "Don't break up with me. Don't do this. Like, I'll change. I thought I was going to catch you doing something."
Now, and if you guys have not seen my reaction, I did a live stream on the Pop the Balloon episode 11. I put it in the comments and I will actually put it in the cards too. When he came on, I got the sense that he was, like I said, arrogant. And one of the things I touched on was there's a thin line between arrogance and confidence, right? And you have to not seem like you're the shit or you're all that, right? Because if you lean into thinking you are better than someone is going to come off as arrogant instead of confidence, right? And that was a quick turnoff for a lot of the women on the panel. A lot of people touched on the fact that he still left with the baddest chick, even though a lot of the women popped, and the ones that popped were the less favorable women, right? Which is, I would say, that's fair. The two he said he was looking at, the one pop, but the other girl he ended up going home with. But go to his Instagram, and he said that the shorty had gave her number to a guy on episode 12, which I will be doing a live stream on that also. He didn't give off any type of vibe that he would be doing things to this extent. You know what I'm saying? He did seem like he was a little like, conceited or full of himself. But usually when people are conceited or full of themselves, they are not, stalking women. They're not stalking women. They're not showing up to their jobs. Like what this woman is saying, that usually is not typical actions or typical traits of a person that's full of themselves. This one channel did an interview with him. He seemed like he was just misunderstood, and he was a pretty well-rounded guy, right? But look what's over time. Let's go straight back into it.
And I was like, how did you know I was outside, right? He said, I put my extra phone tracking you in your car and I left it on record because I was expecting to record you doing something, as in cheating on me or like messing around in your car. And I was like, I was done. After that, I was completely done. I said, get your stuff, get out of my house, and come bring me my key. And he was like, no, I'm going to change, whatever. I went home. He was still there. He was like, let's try to work it out. I was like, he already lives with me. He moved here, like, whatever. And then I was going to do it so bad. And then he went to go get coffee for me or something from Starbucks. And he was like, something's wrong with your car. And I was like, what do you mean something's wrong with my car? He's like, yeah, it started to act weird. And I was like, okay, hold on right there. My car, I have a 2019 Dodge Challenger. It's been perfectly fine. I kept up with the oil. I don't understand. All of a sudden you're driving it and something's wrong with it. Go to part 3. Part 3, and this is the last part that I'm going to post about Aaron, the buff guy from Pop the Balloon Game and Watch Who the Fuck You Date. So, he was like, yeah, your car's acting funny. I was like, no. At that point, I was like, already get out of my house. Like, I don't want you here. You ain't paid one bill. You put $20 a light one time. And maybe you spent like $30 on groceries because I was going to cook dinner one time. But my mama always told me, do not allow a man to come into your home and pay any bills, because then he's going to feel like he has the right to either stay there or like, oh, I paid the rent. I live here too. But in all reality, everything that I had gotten was mine, and I didn't allow him any part of that. So I was like, all right, get out, whatever. He leaves. He still tried to contact me. I was like, no, get out. I grabbed my car. I went to my mom's house because I didn't want him to try to come back and to try to convince me. And that's what brings to like my mind all the time. Like, you guys tell people in abusive relationships all the time, like, you need to leave, thinking that it's easy for these women to leave. And it's not. Like, yeah, they've gotten hurt or whatever, but these women are completely head over heels in love with these men, so it's not easy to leave. So I did what I thought was best. So I went to my mom's house right after, and he's calling me like, dang, you're already at somebody else's house, you're already cheating on me. I was like, whatever. And on my way to my mom's, I start to feel that my car is starting to shake. I'm like, dang, like, what is it? I took it to 2 different mechanics that were like, it was the spark plugs, the ignition coils. I fixed that. And then I went to another mechanic because it started to shake again. And supposedly it was the same thing. They fixed that again. So I went to a 3rd mechanic, and he's like, I think they might have put sugar in your gas tank, but I would need to take out the gas tank to make sure. And I was like, no, I don't think he would be capable of doing something like that. Whatever. So I couldn't find what was wrong with it. At this point, I had moved out already because I was so scared. My mom had let me borrow money because I needed to move out before my lease was up, so he didn't know where I lived. I moved apartments. So at this point, I went and got a new car. I went to the dealership and I got a new car. I changed my car. And when I asked him, hey, did you ever find out what was wrong with my Challenger? He said, yes, there was sugar in the gas tank. So this man that claims to be very godly and studies the Bible and, practices this religion, put sugar in my gas tank, tracked my car, put a phone to record me in my car. And I would do things like say everything he needed to hear, like, yeah, I cheated on you. Like, because I was so scared of him being crazy. Like, this guy has a record. You guys don't know that. You guys really need to be careful who you make famous on this app. I don't want to say anything else because I feel like I already opened up a big can of worms. If you guys have any questions, I'll answer them, but I don't want to make this any more parts.
That shit's tragic, right? It almost sounds like a plot to a Lifetime story or a Tubi movie. You get what I'm saying? She mentioned that when women get into abusive relationships, that it's hard for them to leave. And one reason why it's hard for these women to leave is because the person or the manipulator or the person in the relationship, this go for male or female too, right? The person in that relationship, the things that they do slowly add up. You see what I'm saying? It's not like a full on thing at first. If someone shows you who they are up front, right? It tends to be easier for a woman or the person, the abuser, or the abused, I should say, to get out of a situation, right? Because they don't have a lot of time and a lot of emotion invested in this person, right? So her parents spotting this early on, him, him putting cell phones in her car, tracking her, showing up to her job, putting sugar in it, stuff like that. He did too much too soon. She might have moved him in, which was a red flag. I mean, which was a fault on her part. But her not allowing him to pay any bills and pretty much her maintaining control of her situation allowed her the ability to be able to get out of that situation. But as she said, a lot of these women don't get that chance. This is a men's channel, right? Self-improvement usually. I do stuff for men watching out for women. But I'll come to realize with anecdotal experience and with some of these stories, it's some guys out here that are fucking nuts. Got they cheese sit out their fucking cracker, bro. Like, real talk. When I hear women talk about certain guys, and I'm like, where y'all finding these dudes at? I don't understand. Like, these dudes that they talk about act more like females than the females act like females. You get what I'm saying? Shit is wild. So when a woman is in a relationship for 4, 5, 6+ years and you still don't understand how or why she's stuck in this loop, it's because they get gaslit and they don't understand they're getting gaslit, and they keep them from their family. They isolate them. You know what I'm saying? They isolate them. They make them feel like they're the only one there for them. Anything they might try to, if they get any inklet of a person trying to manipulate them, they quickly retract it, they deflect, and then they redirect. You understand what I'm saying? So it keeps them, it's like they're mind fucking them in a sense. It keeps them in a revolving cycle to where they feel as though this person is actually, they feel as though this person is for them, when they're actually against them. They want to isolate them from their family so they have no outside sources telling them what this person is doing to manipulate them and take control of their life. You get what I'm saying? And like I said, it's a slow build up. It's a slow burn. So by the time they realize it, it's already too late. They're already spent, multiple years, got time, money, and effort invested into this person. Might got some kids, might have got cars in each other's names, or finance something with that person. So it just entangles them more into this web of deception that they cannot get out of. And a lot of people, when they get to that point, they don't have the tenacity, they don't have the willpower to unfuck themselves out of the situation, or they don't realize it, like I said, until it's too late, and then they just feel like they're stuck and they're like hopeless. Anytime they try to make a move for themselves or whatever, this person is always there trying to talk them out of it, make them feel bad for leaving them, gaslighting them, pulling these maneuvers to keep this person around, even though they know that this person is no good for them, right? So, that being said, there's another video where the guy Aaron apparently lost his job as a result of these TikToks that went viral about him after he went viral, right? This shit is wild. But let's go and pull it up. All this cloud chasing got me fired from work. Man, I really love plumbing and I'm good at it. They got that taken from me. Y'all are sick. They called the company 500 plus times and are messing up business. That is one of the downsides of fame, right? If you are, disfavorable or there's someone that's hating on you, they can mess something up for you easy, right? The fact that they found out where this man worked at and called his company and got him fired, shit is crazy, right? Regardless of what anybody says, there's his side, their side, and then there's the truth. That's what they typically say. But people calling in, trying to, destroy your life because they have nothing else better to do, that is a very real consequence when you decide to put yourself out there on the internet or what have you, that there could be repercussions that come after that. This being one of them, you could lose your job, right? But let's read some of these comments. This is what I get for dealing with low value women. I'm hurting behind this for real. This is what kept me out the streets. He has 100K in the bank. He'll be okay. You have a skill that's always needed. You don't need the company. True. You got fired for real. Messing with people's bread is too far. And old girl that said property management ain't got nothing on plumbing. She wouldn't last 10 minutes in our field, bro. Sue that job. That's wrong for termination. Let's go back and let's watch this video.
I just want to give y'all a quick update, man. I don't appreciate anybody thinking this is a hoax. Today is one of the worst days of my life. Seriously, being a plumber and getting my license was one of my biggest life accomplishments, especially with the lifestyle that I used to indulge in. With that being stripped away from me, I still have responsibilities to take care of, and I certainly can, and I am gonna take care of them. My birthday, June 23rd, on Sunday, man. We going up in a section near you, so stay tuned for that. The t-shirts is dropping. We're getting the sizes, pre-orders, everything ready. I'm still trying to do humanitarian work. For those that are asking me, telling me to start my own company, I wish I could. I don't feel comfortable with doing it where I'm at. I can't post my location, my exact location where I'm at, because of these videos blowing up. Now I got people approaching me left and right in the gyms, in public, in Walmart. I just don't feel comfortable with that. And I used to indulge, like I told y'all, in criminality. So I just don't want my location out there. So I don't think that's the best thing for me to do. I'm not worried about nobody trying to hurt me. If you think you're going to do something to me, I promise you got something coming. And moving forward, I don't know where I'm going to take this. People are asking me to be a personal trainer. People are asking me to do content creating. I don't know, honestly, with all of this foolishness going on, this clout chasing, this has really affected me in a profound way. I have to close my lease. I'm going to be moving out of state. That's like $3,800. My birthday, I spent $2,000 on my fit. That's not even including the section, the bottles, these t-shirt prints. I'm still doing humanitarian work. I'm about to go advocate with some at-risk youth right now, and I'm about to go meet up with a security team that we're trying to put together to assure my safety, because I have been getting threats, and it's just crazy. And I know it's somebody close to me, so once we figure out who's doing all of this and who's, that will be addressed accordingly. But God bless y'all. It's a GoFundMe in my bio. The only reason why I'm putting a GoFundMe in my bio is because somebody in the comments stated that they would like to help. If you would like to help, you're not only helping me, but you're helping children as well. When I go to this center and start advocating with them, if I could get, if I could get permission from the parents to have them on camera and speak about, some of the things that we're doing and we've been doing and working on, then I would certainly do that for you as well. And I just appreciate everybody that's out there advocating for me, everybody that sees, who I truly am. I really appreciate y'all. I appreciate all the positivity. And those of y'all being negative, y'all are miserable. I literally sat here and watched. I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I went to sleep at midnight. And I seen people on the same post, the same person going back and forth with every comment. Get a life, man. Y'all are broke. That is why y'all stay broke. Get a life. Find something to do with yourself. You just did me a favor by tapping in. Thank you very much. Just did me a favor by tapping in. I just want to give y'all a quick update.
See, that's what I'm saying. He said he doesn't feel comfortable doing certain things because of the attention he's getting from, the clips going viral and everything as a result of the clips going viral. Now, content creation, that would be something very lucrative at this point, right? Like he did the t-shirts. He's doing the t-shirts, which I thought that was a lucrative or that was a smart decision to do those, capitalize off of it while it's, while it's still fresh, while it's still new, while people have got their eyes on it, right? That's how you get them. When you got their attention, you got to hold it, right? So we're just going to read the little caption he put in. So it says, since this video came out, I've had people I haven't talked to since middle school reach out. That's how I go. I got cats I used to run with saying I'm on some soft-ish because I'm not promoting any gang culture or any bigotry. I got those girls, man, dingo crazy calling my job, getting me fired because I don't want to fornicate with them anymore. Fornication, I mean they married. Oh shoot. Posting my address online, now my father's address, posting my car description and have to get rid of it. This is ridiculous. Everybody see me going up and it's caused nothing but jealousy and envy. I'm not sure if this is God telling me he wants me to do something different or what. You don't have to donate if you don't believe. I could care less. I'm still going to be okay. I will be grateful just to know someone is out there praying for me. God bless you all. Listening to him speak on here, like I said, he sounds like a well-rounded man. He sounds like he said, he was indulging in some less favorable criminality or criminal activities, but he's trying to put his life back together. This is what you need to understand. All of this is by accident. When you start to blow up, it could be a blessing and a curse. Now, a lot of these things are threats or whatever, or empty threats. These people are never going to see you in real life. You're just talking, right? But at the off chance that anything could happen to you, you have to be prepared for it. Let this be a lesson to you guys. Anything on the internet or any people that had any bad blood towards you, it could come to light. And it could come back to bite you, like if you were a less than favorable person. So, you just want to be good to everybody, right? I don't know if what homegirl is saying is true. Like I said, he seems like a well-rounded guy to me. Seems like he has a good head on his shoulders. It just, in the video, it just came off as, arrogant. I saw the interview where he was like pretty much explaining his thought process and how he felt and what he was looking for. And there's nothing wrong with that because these women come on there and they're allowed to say and pretty much say and act and feel how they want to without any backlash or repercussions. But when a man do it, it's a problem. You get what I'm saying? But the girl he ended up walking off with, apparently she gave her number. Like I said earlier, she gave her number to another guy on episode 12 that will be dropping later on today. And he was like, he wasn't giving no second chances. I mean, there's more to this. I mean, he got other posts that he posted. We're not gonna get into all of that, but y'all let me know what y'all feel about this. Y'all rock with Aaron or y'all want to believe more what the X said? I don't know. But I do know one thing though. If y'all want to join the Discord, link will be in the description. If y'all want one-on-one consultation, link will be in the description and pinned in the first comment. It's your boy Alex. Catch y'all on the next one.